Wolf. Hope that everybody can see the live feed. If the feed is not on, I'll have to restart it. I've been having so many internet problems. I don't know why I've been having internet problems. So feel free to share out. Feel free to donate. I might have to check the internet connection before I come back. So if the internet connection is good, if someone can give me a shout out, if the internet connection is good. Okay. So the internet connection is good, and I wanted to talk about fertility being spiritual growth, and that the shifting of timelines, and also the different archetypes that we're tapping into with our archangels, our dragons, and our fairies, representing the I am presence, and also understanding the new wave of energy that's coming through, the new generation of energy, and the prophets and the oracles of bloodline wisdom, and understanding walking this fine line in this path. We have to understand that we're regaining our old selves, meaning that we're remembering the ascended master within ourselves, and we're remembering who we really are in the I am presence. So a lot of that comes with healing, a lot of that comes with empowering, a lot of that comes with just allowing the flow of energy to come through. So when we allow ourselves to tap into our higher self realm, we're allowing ourselves to be an absolute reality that is here generating a prophecy so that we're able to manifest, that we're able to be non-attached, and we understand that people, places, and things are temporary. So understanding this is that we have to understand that fertility is spiritual growth, and the changing of religion, and the changing of seasons, and the changing of growing pains, and the changing of relationships, and the changing and the shifting of the world, and how the world's going to be a lot different, and that the new wave of energy and the new prophets and needing new teachers. So understanding that our archetypes are our angels and our dragons and our fairies, so we're tapping into all of their aspects as our guides. So we're becoming a guide, we're becoming an ascended master, we're becoming the higher self manifest in human form, but we have to allow ourselves to give in to the divine more, to be able to let go even deeper, to be more vulnerable, to be at ease with who we really are and at peace with who we really are. And understanding that when we tap into these different hierarchies of energy in this different level of energy, and we align ourselves to the goal that we all have the same goal in mind, and that we're all here for a reason. We're all here for a purposeful purpose, and understanding that with fertility means the balancing of the scales. So if you've been non-prosperous for a long time, you're going to be prosperous again. So if you're very sensitive, you're going to learn how to balance out that sensitivity. If you have been wanting to manifest more in your life, or you're wanting to change more and to grow and to accelerate, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to update the hard drive, which is you, and be that particle accelerator that generates that little particle, and it turns into many different particles as they are generating different seeds of energy, which we're allowing ourselves, and a lot of us are having Metatron's cube being downloaded within our causal chakra for a reason, because sacred geometry, giving us depth, giving us dimension, giving us a way of seeing, because we are the vortex of creation, which is generating the Infinity 8 signature, because that is the twin heart. So what we're going through on this path is that we're generating that twin heart activation. So we're allowing ourselves to be the heart and the mind combined with the body, which turns into the soul, because we're actualizing what our mind and our body and our spirit is finally saying about itself and about its archetypes, and being able to teleport into your parallel realities. So you're allowing yourself to be the fertility itself. Everything that you want out of life is inside of you. You just have to see where it's at, where it's going. Why isn't it here? Ask questions. And don't be afraid to ask questions and be like, what the fuck, God? What's going on? Don't be afraid to ask those kinds of questions, because that is raw and that is real and that is authentic. And it's really understanding that spiritual growth is fertility. And when we understand with this fertility, it becomes accountability. It also allows us to watch what we say, to watch what we're allowing our filter to take in, and to understand that the negativity is turning into positivity. So you're generating different causes and different effects. And you're allowing your chakras to be a portal and a gateway and another essence of your own being. So you have to look at everything as a non-physical essence and understanding that these new people that are coming in the 3 and 4 months, there's going to be a lot of new people that are coming to the forefront of consciousness. They're very young. A lot of them are in their 60s. A lot of them are no different than you or me, but they're prophets and they're going to be very, very wise and they're going to know a lot of things. They're going to be able to use their telepathy. They're going to be able to move things with their mind. They're going to be able to manifest things out of thin air. But they need teaching and they need guidance because they're aligning more to the non-physical and allowing the physical to dissolve because they're so far fetched and so far out there that we're not going to be able to understand them. But we need to understand them and we need to love them. But we also need to understand that we're here for great gifts. We're here for like levitation, telekinesis, clairaudience, clairvoyancy, but taking it up a notch and allowing it to be of a different essence because we're aligning more to our vortex. We're aligning more to seeing that we're a world inside of worlds. And if we speak that world into existence, then we become the vision, and the vision allows us to become really who we are. So, also, guys, if you guys are alive, I want you guys to know that you can book private sessions as well. So you can book private sessions 1 hour for $70. If you want to book a private session with me, this is White Wolf. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for being a part of this live. I hope the connection is good. Let me know if the connection is good because I've been having really bad internet problems. So, um, but what I really wanted to get with this live, because I haven't been live, and I want to make my lives a little longer, is because I believe that there's a lot of shifting in timelines. There's also just a lot of toxic patterns that we're letting go of. And there's also a lot of things that we're letting go of within our own relationships to ourselves. And also the things that we think about, the things that we use our emotions as excuses, and what we think is acceptable, and having true acceptance beyond our own personal biases. So, what I want to really get with this live is that it's understanding that allowing and flowing, and I've been going into nature and meditating and making videos because it's grounding myself. I think grounding is very important. You're not grounding yourself to forget your God aspect, but you're grounding yourself so that you have an evenness about you. You have a unified, loving, wisdom-oriented way about you when you're grounding and walking barefoot in the grass, but you're also connecting to the goddess Sophia. You're connecting to Mother Gaia. You're connecting to your divine feminine essence, and that's what generates fertility. Well, women give birth, right? So that divine feminine allows for that masculine and also allows for that kundalini energy so that you can have a release. So now that you can have that release with that masculine and that divine feminine, but that's also generating the twin heart. So you're also generating the mind and the body aligned with itself, but it's like, like that figure eight. It's like that infinity eight symbol. So you're getting that infinity eight symbol, and that is generating your own cosmic vortex. That is allowing you to align to your own abundance. So now that you're aligning to your own abundance and you're generating more of a charge, you're generating more of a polarity. You're generating more of a parallel reality, but also parallel aspects and also parallel archangel archetypes, your dragon archetypes, and your fairy archetypes, meaning that you're generating aspects of their power and downloading them within your own vessel. Like Archangel Michael has authority. Lady Magdalene has the divine feminine essence and also anointing and grace and unity. And your fairies can teach you how to have the childlike innocence and wonder like a child, if you will. So all of your guides are telling you something, and you have to know that everything is real. So I had a UFO sighting. I saw this UFO. It literally went over like my house and went straight down. It was a blue and white light, and it hovered straight down, and I saw it with my naked eye, and I saw that UFO, and it went straight up and then straight down, and I didn't see it. But it wasn't a shooting star. It didn't go left and didn't go right. It didn't stay in the air. So I know what I saw, and it's just knowing that what you're seeing is real. Your spirituality is real. Your visions are real. Your prophetic nature is real. So don't think what you're not seeing is not real. You have to live your fantasy as it is a newfound prophecy and a newfound reality so that it can change your current personality. So tell me if the live feed is good, guys. Leave your comments in the comment section. So feel free to share out. Feel free to book a private session. This is White Wolf. There will also be a meditation as well. But I had a lot to discuss because I haven't been able to go live because of the internet problems. UFO sighting. I saw the UFO. It was so crazy. And also just the channeled knowledge and also the grounding effect that I've been having. I've been going into the woods every day for at least like 20 to 30 minutes, meditating, making content and really just giving myself some me time, giving myself some self love, some self care, and also just allowing myself to tap into my heart and allowing myself to ground myself and just listening to that guidance from spirit. When you listen to that guidance of spirit, it's generating a guidance mechanism, but it's also allowing you not to just question yourself, but also just ask questions to God. Ask, and you know that you can believe to the point where you know that you always receive, and knowing that everything is rigged in your favor. Everything in this reality is rigged in your favor. It's rigged so you have favor. It's rigged so you have manifestation. It's rigged so that you align your thoughts and your emotions and aligning yourself to empowerment so that that empowerment can generate that fertility and that shifting and that changing of timelines because you're tired of being this version of yourself and you want to be that other version of yourself. So you literally thrust yourself and you make actions and different causes and different effects and different things happen so that you make that activation permanent and also different forms of initiation. And also, it could be of anointing, it could be a part of your journey because there's just things we have to face within our journey. And sometimes we can't like run away from it. So it's really just understanding that fertility is spiritual growth. And spiritual growth is maturing. It's a maturation of the soul. What I mean by that is that you're upping a frequency and a density of consciousness. So now that you're upping a frequency and a density of consciousness, you're vibrating higher at a different resonance, and then you have to transmute that old resonance and allow yourself to integrate that other energy that you just were. So when I'm talking about reclaiming your power again, reclaiming your old self again, finding yourself again, what this really means is that you're calling back who you once were because we have all mastery within our other lifetimes. But we've had other lifetimes that have generated different patterns and different ways of seeing and actions and speech and also relationships that have prohibited us from tapping into a greater power and tapping into the knowledge that is inside of us and also following a meditative path. So just understanding that your past lifetimes are being healed as well, and everything is being healed. The way that you think, the way that you feel, the way that you dress, everything is being changed from your own vortex because you've had a distorted vortex. And now that you're tapping into a different vortex, it's allowing you to have greater imagination, playfulness, and also just the act of doing something because it's allowing you to see that, okay, I have my archangel archetypes. I have, I can journal, I can meditate, I can attend, I can use affirmations, but also it's just about doing it. It's just about continual of different ways of seeing and aligning your vibration to who you really are. So there's not a right or wrong way to go about it. There's not a right or wrong way to live your life. And there is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. But you have to see at what point are you just not willing to tolerate anything that goes against your vibration, that goes against your resonance, the way that you spend money, the way that you live life, the way that you carry yourself, when that becomes intolerable, you will see that there will be a lot of things that will just start to change. You will start to change. You will start to call yourself to your destiny. You will call yourself to your calling. You will follow that breadcrumb trail of excitement to the very point where you don't have to find the excitement anymore. And then you will see that you're emulating every aspect of the I am presence. That is fertility. That is your archangels, your guides, your higher self, because you have your higher self aspects, you have your archangel aspects, fairies, dragons, Native American guides, whatever guides it may be, Merlin, doesn't matter what it is, you're all emulating that because you use them in times of protection. It allows you to psychically protect yourself because you're letting go of the human that's controlling this vessel and you're aligning yourself to becoming the higher self, but you're also emulating different types of leadership and different types of hierarchy and different powers. So if you can think of yourself as the Avengers, you can think of yourself having superpowers. It's fun, right? You can think of yourself having psychic superpowers because you're psychic atomic energy. And you're made out of a little speck. And then that little speck grows because you are a seed. And then you allow yourself to see that the heart activation is your words of wisdom. You allow yourself to see that it's not just based on my perception. It's not based on what I can see, but it's based on how I can emit the vibration and how I can intend and how I can put the miracle into motion so I can generate different signs, wonders, and miracles. So when you are able to do that, you are able to generate manifestations, but also you're generating prophecies that are being laid before you. So you're paving a path in a sense. And it's allowing yourself to see that there is nothing that cannot be done in the infinite realm of possibilities because we have lived infinite realities. We've been here an infinite number of incarnations. So, and that's why a lot of the prophets that are coming in, they've lived here so many times that they're tired of living a distorted reality. And that's why they're going to have great gifts and great ways of healing diseases and great ways of having prophetic stories like the Bible, like Zeus, and a lot of philosophies, because they are meant to represent something like that, a lot like Joan of Arc, people who died to show us that we are gifted and clairvoyant and that we have a vision and that we can see past what meets the eye. So you can understand that, like Nostradamus had a great gifting. He was able to see a lot of things, but if he had control over it, if he knew how to use it and not go overboard with it to the point of his own detriment, he would be a world-renowned psychic in this day and age. And the ways that Jesus did things, like rose people from the dead, and also was able to speak victory into people when they were at their worst. So we are a lot like that. We are a lot like those prophets and those people. And there's a lot of people coming in, and we need to be their teachers, but also we need to understand that we can have amazing lives like that because we have social media. We have all these tools at our disposal that we're able to bring more and more people together than we ever were before. And I think it's just beautiful that we're able to do this and that we're able to talk about this on camera and also on live feeds and things of that nature. Because if we don't talk about it, we have to be comfortable with talking about the supernatural and the miraculous and our past, because then we can make it very comfortable for people to come out of the shell and follow their dreams. And I think it's just about being honest and being true. And this whole thing I'm saying means more than what I'm just talking about. Because at the end of the day, what this really means is that it's you reclaiming your power back. Everything that was stripped away from you in any other lifetime. You're reclaiming your power, your I am presence, your consciousness, your path, your life, your manifestations, your prophecies that are you're intending upon. You're reclaiming it and you're placing it within the proper aligned function of the higher self. And you're generating your own quantum model and learning how to use those quantum mechanics because you're channeling a non-physical essence. You're channeling a non-physical essence instead of just a physical. But then we have to take it a step further and align the physical with the non-physical, the external with the internal. And then when that comes together, it's a lot like what I said with the masculine and the feminine, and also the Infinity 8 signature and the twin heart. It all is interconnected. So everything that I'm talking about, everything that I'm speaking upon, is all intertwined. And you have to see that everything is intertwined. Everything that you watch, everything that you're experiencing, the people that you meet, the people that you talk to, the visions that you're having, the supernatural things that you're exposed to, like divine interventions when you should have been in a car crash and you probably should have died, but an angel protected you. Things of that nature. Because I've interviewed a woman who talked about that. I saw a UFO the other night, and I'm talking about it on here. So it's as simple as that. Like if you want more love in your life, if you want to love yourself, start loving yourself. Start looking yourself in that mirror and love the person that's staring back at you, right? So if you're unhappy with something, that's okay. But how long are you going to tolerate that unhappiness, that unworthiness? And also, how long are you going to just keep continuing the toxic cycle and the patterns and the different lifetime progressions that you've been on? So, and it's balancing everything. It's all about balance and it's all about grounding, but it's also about wanting to heal, wanting to open up, wanting to see more within yourself. So if you guys are enjoying this live feed, give me a like, give me a share out, and also let me know if the feed is still working good. Leave a comment if the feed is good. I would really appreciate it if you did that, but we're going to do a meditation as well. So just let me know if the feed is good. Hello, everybody. You can book private sessions as well. 1 hour for $70 for readings, healings, activations. We're going to do a meditation. And with this meditation, I want you guys to really open up your heart, and we're going to receive from Jesus and the Apostle Paul. I did this activation earlier, and we're going to download Metatron's cube within our causal chakra, and we're also going to get a heart activation from the blue dragon of the Pleiades, and it has a blue rose that has 33 petals, I believe, and also we're going to download the Infinity 8 signature within ourselves, which is the twin heart, when the mind and the body and the spirit complex can be one. So I just want to thank you guys for being a part of this. Also, book private sessions, share out, and we're going to be doing a guided meditation. So, everybody take a deep breath. We're going to have Jesus download Metatron's cube in our causal chakra to give us depth, to allow us to see sacred geometry, to give us dimension, to see within the higher realms, and to also connect with guides that we have not connected with yet. And we're going to have the Apostle Paul help us with a heart activation, and the blue dragon from the Pleiades to give us a heart activation. And put that blue rose from the Pleiades to help us signify the flower of life so that we can ground ourselves within Mother Gaia Earth and see that we are the tree of life. instead of the tree of knowledge. And we're also going to download the Infinity 8 signature within our solar plexus chakra so that that Kundalini energy can rise through us. So it's going through our solar plexus, but it's going through all of our other chakras down to our feet. And then it's going to shoot straight up with that Kundalini energy. And then that's going to do is that it's going to allow us to be unified and grounded and loving. But then this is going to allow us to be simultaneous and omnipresent with the resonance that we need to stay up with within our own frequency of consciousness and our density. So this bionic blue light is going to be shooting through us, but there's also going to be a violet flame that's going to be coming within us. So this spiritual growth is fertility, and it's showing you that with this vulnerability, with allowing you to change and to shift and to grow and to manifest the greatness of your life, is really understanding that no body or thing or projection can slow the process of the anointing and the grace that is on your life. And we're also going to tap into our archangel archetypes. So Archangel Michael is going to help us with authority, with the divine masculine, to help us be a mighty warrior. So he's helping us tap into a different personality trait that we have, and also a way that carry ourselves, and also a way to channel, and also a way to be very positive. So the black dragon from Saturn is another archetype that we're going to download within ourselves. So this is the divine feminine. This is fertility. This is where everything grows from that particle accelerator that I talked about. This is the seed of life. And then it initiates you to become an even bigger seed, to grow as big and wide and vast, so that that river of God's source energy, that aqua river flow, can be continuous and spontaneous and to be an ongoing thing. It can be that power source. But it's going upstream instead of downstream. Or it can be downstream and you going upstream, but that's dependent upon you. So your inner child is another archetype. So think of these as different archetypes, but also as different hierarchies of energy and flow and tenacity and frequency, so that you can regain your own self back, meaning that you're claiming back your power once again. So that you're regaining your power back again, but you're letting go of the person that you once were so that you can be vulnerable and not attached and be in a constant state of flow, a constant awareness, a constant state where you're just changing the dial, but also maintaining that enlightened awareness. Everybody take a deep breath. Exhale. So, but we're also tapping into our holy bloodlines, the bloodlines that have been stripped away from us for so long, and the ancient extraterrestrial bloodlines. So these bloodlines have been here for a long time, but we have not recognized them because all the other past lifetimes that we've had, we need to heal. So separating ourselves from toxic patterns, toxic past life progressions, also just negative ways of living, distorted ways of living, also having relationships that don't feed our vibration, but also it's just allowing it to integrate, to transmute, and to change so that there can be a way to use your wisdom to heal the hatred that is in this world. Just know that your dreams can be your dream right now. Whatever you're dreaming about at night when you're sleeping, that fantasy can be a reality. That can be forever, and that can be eternal bliss. Don't be afraid of fertility. Allow fertility to be an ongoing thing because fertility means newfound growth, new change, and also acceptance beyond the realm of personal bias so that it can be aligned foundational truth. Everybody take one last deep breath. So thank you guys for tuning into this live feed. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad that the internet connection was finally working because it has not been working at all. So I'm going to read some of your uh, comments. So also, um, allow ourselves to just be non-judgmental when we're on this lives and just know that if something I say doesn't register, just take what resonates and what doesn't. If something I say offends you, then don't watch. You don't have to watch me. But I just want to be as non-judgmental as I can and just have acceptance towards everybody who watches. And if you're not a fan of spirituality and you come on to my thing and you're like, that guy is just that, then okay, I love you all the same. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this live. Also, book a private session with me, $70 for 1 hour for readings, healings, activation coach downloads. And also, I just want to thank you guys for tuning into this live and also allow and and just be humble, but also don't be humble in the sense that you can't be afraid to compliment yourself and to be confident. You just have to have that fine line of being humble and being empowered because sometimes people think it's being too modest, but sometimes it's good to be modest because it allows you to keep a clear filter. Just keep that filter in check. It's kind of like what Ice Cube said. If you don't check yourself, then you'll wreck yourself. Very simple. It's like taking things like that and just implementing them in a way that it makes sense for you. So thank you guys so much for this live feed. I hope that you have a blessed evening, morning, day, or night. This is White Wolf. Love you guys, and I'm glad that you found that funny. I also take wisdom from another song, Tim McGraw. I like it, I love it, and I want some more of it. That's another thing that you can implement in your life. That's an affirmation you can use. You know, Ice Cube. If I don't check myself, I'll wreck myself. And then the Tim McGraw song. I like it, I love it. Do some more of it. So thank you guys. God bless. Namaste, and see you. Thank you.